Imagine the shock and dread that swept through the hearts of undocumented students in Texas when a federal judge's order struck down the Texas DREAM Act. This law, which had been a beacon of hope, allowing many undocumented students to pay in-state tuition at public universities, was suddenly gone. The future, once bright with promise, now seemed shrouded in uncertainty. This is the reality that Max Prado and countless other advocates are grappling with. But here's where it gets controversial. While some see this as a setback, others view it as an opportunity to rally and innovate. Prado, a passionate advocate, felt a wave of anxiety when he first heard the news. There's so much uncertainty about how we should respond, how this will impact students, Prado reflected. What can students do to keep pursuing their college dreams? What will happen to their futures, to their aspirations? Prado was not alone in his advocacy. He stood alongside immigrant organizations at the Texas state capitol, fighting against Texas Senate Bill 1798, which aimed to repeal the act during the 89th Texas legislative session. Although the bill did not pass, the judge's ruling in June effectively ended the Texas DREAM Act. The Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board swiftly sent letters to public universities, instructing them to identify and charge undocumented students out-of-state tuition rates. Prado, as part of Texas Students for DEI, knew that immediate action was necessary. The court appeals process could take time, and students couldn't afford to put their education on hold. Alongside students engaged in advancing Texas, Prado launched Keeping the Texas Dream on July 11. An emergency mutual fund designed to support undocumented students in the state. The question on everyone's mind was, what about the students now? Prado explained. They can't just pause their education for years or even a semester or two. According to U.S. News World Report, the in-state tuition at the University of Texas, UT, for the 2024-25 academic year was $11,678. While out-of-state tuition was a staggering $42,778. This price hike could be a devastating blow to undocumented students. Hayden Cohen, the state policy director for students engaged in advancing Texas, clarified that the fund's goal is not to cover the entire cost, but to bring it as close to in-state tuition as possible. We know many students were already enrolled in summer classes, Cohen said. Finding out they now face out-of-state tuition, an additional $15,000, was a shock. That's where our fund comes in. We're here to help. Texas Students for DEI and students engaged in advancing Texas are not the only organization stepping up. Rooted, a coalition of immigrant UT students and graduates, opened applications for the Rooted Financial Assistance Program on August 3rd. This initiative, similar to Keeping the Texas Dream, aims to support undocumented students facing out-of-state tuition rates. Victoria, who requested anonymity, is leading the funding efforts for the Rooted Financial Assistance Program. She emphasized the program's focus on undocumented senior students who are close to finishing their degrees, but may struggle to afford the remaining costs. Our priority is to get those seniors across the finish line, Victoria said. We're committed to fighting for their graduation because they've already invested so much time and effort into their education. Donations to Keeping the Texas Dream can be made through the Texas Students for DEI website. Victoria mentioned that the Rooted Financial Assistance Program received grant funding earlier this year and is accepting donations through GoFundMe, which had raised $576 at the time of writing. Despite these challenges, Prado remains optimistic. There is a way to keep education accessible, he said. It's not what was promised in the Texas DREAM Act, but there is a path forward. Don't give up just yet. And this is the part most people miss. While the fight for undocumented students' rights continues, these organizations are proving that community support and innovation can make a significant difference. But what do you think? Should more be done to support undocumented students? How can we ensure that education remains accessible to all, regardless of immigration status? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's spark a meaningful conversation.